Hi guys, happy Thanksgiving. Unexpected video, as much for me as I'm sure it is for you guys, but got something I want to talk about. I've written a script for it, but I'm just going to read straight off of it to keep things short and sweet here. So, without further ado, here we go. Over the past few days, I've been seeing discussions about fundamentals and what they are all over the place, and as at least some of you know, I already did do a video on fundamentals a couple of years ago. That said, because of the apparent surge in interest in the topic, I wanted to revisit it in a less formal and more straightforward and brass tacks sort of way. So, first, let's make sure we're all talking about the same thing. A vast majority of explanations of fundamentals are really just listing out what you could call mechanical fundamentals, which is just possessing the physical skill to execute certain movements. But, in my opinion, there's not a whole lot of value in doing that. When a person wants to know how to improve their fundamentals, making a list of individual mechanical skills like spacing or edge guarding is like telling an architect that to build a skyscraper, you just need to work on your hammering skills. It's like, yeah, thanks. I think most people did get at least that far. On the other hand, you have what I would call conceptual fundamentals. Conceptual fundamentals are an understanding of concepts that inform how to use whatever mechanics are at your disposal. That said, I think we can all probably agree that all the fundamentals that anyone is really interested in and is referring to when expressing anxiety over either lacking them or being told they lack them are more about a core understanding of something that ties everything together rather than a checklist of individual skills. To reiterate with all that just said, conceptual fundamentals are the understanding of basic concepts that inform how to correctly shield, space, mind game, whatever. They are the understanding that allows a player to pick up an entirely new fighting game and apply even very primitive mechanical knowledge effectively. So, now that we have all basically the same idea of what we're talking about, let's define fundamentals. First, two facts make fighting games what they are and make them even possible in the first place. Number one, we anticipate and predict overwhelmingly more than we actually react to things, no matter how good you are. Google reaction time test and find some website where you have to click a button when the screen flashes green or something and see how often you click before anything happens. That is a manifestation of the inescapable foundational human limitation or weakness, however you want to look at it, that makes fighting games possible even against world-class players. And number two, because we anticipate rather than react, we can deceive and be deceived. Again, no matter how good a player is, they still have to anticipate things. It could be said that being a great player is tantamount to being able to make other players anticipate the wrong thing, and you yourself being able to anticipate the correct thing. So, what's the definition? Simply put, fundamentals are the ability to use whatever game mechanics or character features that are at your disposal to create anticipatory behavior in your opponent and exploit that behavior, and vice versa. To recognize whatever anticipatory behavior your opponent is either knowingly or unknowingly encouraging out of you. What is the point of dash dancing in Melee? It's to stress your opponent's ability to anticipate you. They have to act in anticipation, and that leaves openings. Why did your otherwise good opponent just do a dumb spot dodge? Because you stressed their ability to anticipate you and they acted in anticipation. Fundamentals is knowing how to leverage your toolkit, totally irrespective of the character or even fighting game that you're playing, to force your opponent to anticipate something and then exploiting specific behaviors as a result of that anticipation. You don't need massive lists or someone's proprietary jigsaw puzzle of correct fundamentals to understand fundamentals. In the end, it is actually a refreshingly simple concept. I guarantee that you can take this definition and measure any given action at any given moment, in any given context, in any given fighting game, and determine why something did or didn't work. It's a definition you can measure almost any given thing you do against if you're trying to improve or understand what you're missing. As I said in the last video, there are two kinds of mechanics in fighting games. Mechanics that allow you to force mistakes out of your opponent and land a hit in the first place, and mechanics that make your hits matter more, like combos. Anyway, I think I'm done there. That being said, before I leave, I want to give you guys just a brief update. So, as I've mentioned before in a few of the past videos and posts I've made, this channel, going forward, this happens to be a Smash video. Going forward, this is not going to be an exclusively Smash channel anymore. It's going to be a whatever I want to post about channel. And in the very near future, that's pretty much going to be exclusively about the game that I'm currently still making, Ghost Hand. So if that's not something that you want to stick around for, that's fine. But I just want to give yet another fair warning. I'm trying to give everyone who's not interested in that sort of thing fair warning so that they can dip out if that's not their thing. So once again, fair warning. That's something that I'm going to be posting more and more about. And again, maybe if I feel like posting about Smash stuff, I will. But going forward, that's not going to be the only thing that I post about. So anyway, again, I hope you guys have a great holiday, and I'll see you guys later.